Hey everyone, it's Lene. Today is Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. And today is the first official day of fall. So happy fall to everyone, to all of you out there, which is my favorite season, by the way. The falls here in Colorado are rather short. I wish fall could last about 6 months out of the year here. I would be totally happy with that. Earlier, I had a pumpkin spice coffee to celebrate the first day of autumn. Homemade, of course. I had some time to recall my 16-day vacation in Florida, the Sunshine State. I had a lot of fun. Some of the things that I enjoyed the most while I was there was going out to dinner with my family. We tried out this new restaurant. Well, it was new to me. They had already been there once or twice before, but we had a really good evening. We all enjoyed each other, just spending quality time together. Also, the day after on Labor Day, we went out to the beach and, we spent some time there. I made a short video of it, but it was a good day. It really was. I tried as much as I could to just live in the moment and not think about, life here in Colorado or, all that's wrong in the world right now. It was nice to step away from all of that for a little while. I really needed this time away, and I ended up staying an extra week. I was able to change the dates on my ticket. It did rain a lot while I was there though, but it didn't rain all day. Instead, it would rain for a little while, the clouds would come out, then the sun would come back out, and yeah, that's Florida for you during hurricane season, I guess. Funny story, my car was towed while I was away. I made arrangements to park at the hotel that I used to work for, and I spoke with management there a few days before I left, asking if it would be okay for me to park there while I was gone. And she said it was fine. I could do it. It wouldn't be a problem. So I'm thinking that my car is safe while I'm away and I had nothing to worry about. But apparently I was wrong. Once I got back, I took the train after I left the airport to the hotel where I parked my car. I was tired, I was hungry, just ready to call it a day, carrying all of my things. I had to walk about a block to the hotel. And once I got there, I arrived at the parking lot. I noticed that my car was missing. It was gone. It wasn't where I left it. Immediately I began to panic. I thought my car had been stolen, but I was able to calm myself down and I told myself, well, hey, maybe the hotel had your car towed by accident while you were gone and they know exactly where it is and they can have it back to you pretty fast without any issues. So I called the hotel. I was right outside in the parking lot making the call. And I spoke with my manager, the same one who had arranged for me to park there. And I told her that I asked her if my car had been towed. And she told me, well, the general manager, she kind of went on a towing frenzy this morning, which is something that she hadn't did in a while. And then she found out that my car was towed 3 hours before I arrived. How crazy is that? So I told her, well, I'm outside here in the parking lot. So we met close to the entrance and she said, well, I told you to come to get a new parking permit. I told her, no. You specifically told me that I could use my old parking permit, which I kept for whatever reason. So I did exactly what she told me to do. Then she said, well, we could possibly split what it would cost to get your car out of impound. I told her, no, no, no. Why should I be responsible for this? I did exactly what you told me. Then she agreed, okay, I'll take care of it. So I was there for about 20 minutes. She was in the back calling the company that towed my car. And she told me, well, I have some good news and some bad news. I told her the good news first, of course. She told me the good news is that we will cover whatever it will cost to get your car back. The bad news is that I won't have my car until tomorrow morning at the earliest. I told her, okay, I'm fine with that. And I asked her if she could give me a ride home at least. And if we could stop by Jimmy John's on the way back to where I live. Because I was really hungry and I wasn't sure about how much food I had at the house. So, we stopped by Jimmy John's. They're freaky fast, so it didn't take long. And then, I'm not sponsored by Jimmy John's, by the way. I hadn't been there in a while, but I was craving it for some reason. So she told me, well, I could be back around 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll give you a call and we'll drive over to the lot where your car is. So I told her, okay, that's fine. And I'm a pretty mild-mannered person, so, I didn't flip out at all. I think I handled it pretty well. So the next morning, she shows up and we went out there and we had to sit there and wait for about 25 minutes for, I guess, the tow truck or whoever was working there to unlock the gate to get my car. Because we arrived exactly where my car was. There were several lots there. I had no idea that this place even existed as long as I've lived here in Colorado, in Denver. So we got my car after waiting about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I had a laser appointment that morning, so I was very nervous about possibly missing that. Because remember, I went 5 months without doing laser this year, and that was really tough on me. Fortunately, I was able to make my laser appointment on time. But once I got there, I noticed that there was a different technician there waiting for me. And I asked her where was the other one who usually did laser for me. She told me, well, she's with someone else today, but you're with me today. I told her, okay. And I had been with her, I think, once before. And each time I noticed that whenever she did laser on my face, it hurt more. And it was definitely more painful. So on my next visit, she made arrangements for me to be with the technician that I usually have whenever I'm there. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little tongue-tied. So as of right now, I have been on injections for 1 full year. I can't really specifically point out any physical changes or differences versus laser and taking estrogen orally. I think it's about the same for me. I was really nervous when I did my first injection. I was still living out of my SUV at the time, and before work that morning, I did my first injection at a clean bathroom, at a clean hotel. I was really nervous about doing it incorrectly. I probably did some things wrong, but yeah, that was the first time. I don't think anyone can get used to sticking themselves once a week with a needle. So last year in 2019, I started doing a podcast called Authentically Us. I only did a couple of episodes of it. I was still living out of my vehicle at the time. It's available on Spotify and Anchor as of right now. I would like to start doing it again. Sorry for the noise if you can hear it. They're picking up recycling right now. I really think that there's a need for it, especially because I'm a black trans woman. And we are, as a collective, systemically at the bottom of the transgender hierarchy. I've noticed that most of us who are successful are usually actors or, some type of entertainer. I myself haven't seen any professionals who are black trans women, such as doctors, lawyers, engineers, etc. And I'm not throwing shade at the celebrities out there, but it's definitely something that I've noticed. But what got me thinking about possibly doing my podcast again, the show All American, that is probably my favorite show right now. I just finished all of the seasons on Netflix, and I'm rewatching them because it's such a great show. My favorite character on the show is probably Olivia. I feel like I identify with her the most because, she's coming into herself, and, she actually started doing a podcast too. That, you know, inspired me a little. I don't like her with Asher though. But there are a lot of things, a lot of social issues that need to be talked about, need to be discussed, respectively, of course. But it's hard finding the time to devote to something like that. Right now, my present circumstances, I'm trying to extend my unemployment. I have made a little money since I've been back with my side hustle, maybe about a few $100s, but it's still not enough. There are so many different things that I'm interested in. It's hard to focus on just one thing or a couple of things because there are a lot of things that I am passionate about. I love music, I'm interested in real estate, and I'm not totally against doing another internship. It's been years since I have done something like that, but I would consider it. But some of the things that I would like to devote my time to in the future, in the near future, definitely my podcast, doing that, becoming a better musician. I bought a keyboard, a Casio keyboard. It's pretty nice. It's not too expensive. It's, something good too, I guess, for a beginner such as myself, even though I've been making music for a long time. But I bought it as a birthday gift to myself, and almost every day I practice, and I wrote a song that I'm working on right now. Hopefully I'll have it finished so I can share it with all of you out there. I'm not the best musician or the best singer. I still struggle with my singing voice, and I think I've kind of lost that since I started my transition. And just learning to love and accept myself more than I do. Oftentimes, with a lot of us, we're hard on ourselves, especially those of us who are transgender. But I'm not perfect, none of us are, and everyone has issues. Some people may be really good at fooling everyone that their lives are perfect and that, that they don't struggle with anything. But like most of us, I eventually want to self-actualize, to be the best version of myself. If you're not familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs, look it up. It's very interesting, and it applies to, us as human beings, as living beings, who all have needs. But I'm so glad that fall is here. I'm really looking forward to it. I love fall foliage. It's probably one of my many favorite things about fall. You have pumpkin spice everything, fall boots, cozy socks, things like that make me happy. And also having cooler weather, that crisp autumn air or weather that, we have. I rarely do this on videos, and I really should start doing it. To like my video, comment, subscribe. I really want to hear from you. I don't want to make this all about me. I get tired of talking about myself all the time. It gets kind of boring. And if you have ideas for topics that you would like me to discuss, and if I feel like I'm able to talk about a specific topic, a particular topic, please send it my way. I would greatly appreciate that. To all a good day, God bless, and don't be a stiff. Happy fall, everyone.